All right, let's see. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, everyone. It's Brian Akeem. Welcome to my 125th live stream. Today is November 8th, 2022. And today we're going to be talking about The Walking Dead season 11, episode 23, the penultimate episode, family. Yes. Hello, Josh. Nice to see you. So if you guys have any comments, any questions, please ask me and I will answer them. All right, let's see. I'm opening the Discord. Yep. All right. Oh yeah, so I did make some promises and I will get to that soon. About what shows I'm going to be watching and reviewing. So I will get to that soon in the stream. Let's see. Okay, so what did I think about episode 23? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I actually really enjoyed this episode. Episode 23 had a lot of good moments, and it did have some flaws, but to be honest, I'm going to not really talk about too many of those. Hey, DeRosa, glad you can make it. It's awesome to see you. Why did you change the day from Monday to Tuesday? Yeah, oh, hey, Epic. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Joshua. It's just, or Josh, it's just, something happened yesterday, with my family and we had an emergency and, we had to take care of that. So that is why the stream was delayed. So, yeah. Hey, guys. Thank you for coming. Let's see, stream settings. Yeah, you guys, let me know if it's like buffering or something, because the stream should be okay, hopefully. What's up, dog? Hi, DeRosa. Yeah, so like I said, I had an emergency yesterday, but it's taken care of. Yeah. So, okay, so episode 23. So I'm going to talk about what I did like, and then we can get on what I didn't like. Hey, Walker Dead, awesome to see you. If you guys have any comments or questions, just please ask me. Cause yeah, man, this is like the second to last Walking Dead stream, like continuously I'm gonna do, because the show's gonna be over. But
23 is the penultimate episode, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is the penultimate episode of the series, but also season. I'm listening to a stream while I do. Okay, yeah. This is not my last stream, or second to last stream, even though it's the second to last episode. Like I told you guys, I am gonna do, more streams in the future. It's just like, as far as like being consistent like this, it's not gonna be like often. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like I'll do it for the Rick and Michonne show, but other than that, it's like, I think that's pretty much it. Streams will be a lot more random, I guess. And especially the topics too. So, okay, yeah, so what did I like? Alright, so Epic and Chosen and everyone else. I did like the intro scene in the beginning. Judith talking about her family, and this is not just the Grimes. She's referring to everyone who has weapons in that crate. Everyone who's killing zombies and all that stuff. And it kind of ties into the end of the episode, and I did like that. And I did like how Judith mentions Lori. So now we know that Judith knows she's not actually Michonne's daughter. She knows that she's adopted. And, she knows that Lori was her birth mother and died giving birth to her. But she doesn't know about Shane. So, yeah, she doesn't know that Shane's her real father. So she takes the community's agreement, which is very interesting. Not really sure what that picture is, that drawing that she had. Not really sure what that's supposed to be. I don't know. I felt like that was a little unimportant. But then we see RJ, and oh my goodness, this kid is so big for a 6-year-old. And then we have Judith she passes the quote-unquote baton. She gives RJ the Grimes hat, and he kind of just like gives a small smile, and that's pretty much it, I think. So I did like the opening scene. I did like that. It was good.
What do you think of because in the last episode, remember at the ending of the last episode, they find what's his name, Herschel, and then they ask like where Coco and Judith and them are, and Herschel's like, no, I don't know where they are, and then it seems like they play it off as like it's like a big mystery where Judith and RJ are, but then they're just they just appear in the next episode.
Yeah. It's funny. They definitely it definitely was off screen, I should say. I think that's kind of the problem with the show. But they're kind of like rushing it. Um, and I think it's also because they didn't have the actors in that episode. But it's one of those things where it's like normally I would fault the show on that, give it a flaw. But like we're like so close to the end. I'm like, and we had it so much this season where a character was missing where they should have appeared. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just letting it pass because I'm like the show's almost over. I'm just like moving on, kind of thing. But yeah, you're right. Like Judith and RJ were nowhere in episode 22, and now all of a sudden they're in 23 and act like they weren't kidnapped. Oh, I love how they're acting like they're not kidnapped. My goodness, that is funny though. Hold on, let me read the chat a little. Who is this new guy in chat? Oh yeah, so hey guys, I want you to introduce you to NXP Play. He is a good friend of mine. We met in one of his reaction videos. So you guys know I'm a big supporter of my other friend. So like my other friend, the Storming Dragon, she has a series called Foxcars, and I helped him. I introduced him to that series, and he already knows about The Walking Dead. So and he really enjoys Foxcars and Walking Dead. So he promised to come to one of my streams, and he did. So yeah, so this is NXP Play. Awesome guy. Please show him, love and and support for his channel, but also here in the chat because I vouch for him. He's awesome. Let's see. DeRosa, so what are the two shows that you're going to be reviewing on your YouTube channel? All right, so I think I owe you guys the hint and reveal now. So one of the shows is going to be on Disney Plus, actually. I got Disney Plus today, and I'm going to be watching that show and reviewing it at some point, and it's going to be a surprise. But like I said, it's on Disney Plus. Now, the second show is actually going to be. I found out about this yesterday. I found out that a Netflix Gears of War show is in the works, and I am going to be watching and reviewing that on this channel. So yes, if you guys don't know, Gears of War is a video game series, and now it's being adapted into apparently an animated show, like maybe like Invincible. I'm not really sure, but if it is, then I'm definitely going to be watching and reviewing every episode on the channel. So yeah,
Kind of like The Last of Us, how that's being a TV series.
sort of. Except I thought it was going to be live action, but apparently it's not going to be. Apparently the show's going to be animated, so that's interesting. Now hold on, let me just keep reading. Do you like the fact she mentioned Carl? Yes, I do like that she mentioned Carl. That's actually crazy. Judith doesn't even know. I wasn't even sure if Michonne knew. Brick never spoke about Shane much to her. Yeah, I think they never talked about Shane to Judith, but Lori, I think so. Epic says all the Judith monologues in season 11C makes me feel like it's gone full circle. Kind of, yeah. RJ was kind of wasted in the show. Yeah, I think with RJ, he's not supposed to be a character until he gets like much older. I mean, look at Judith. She didn't become a character until season 9, so it's gonna take some time. Joshua says, "Wow, Brian, letting a flaw pass in The Walking Dead, that's a first." Well, I mean, yeah. To be fair, Joshua, I've been kind of doing it for a while now, but like, yeah, that's a big one. And I'm like, you know what? Like, some people get tired of always hearing me like pointing out the flaws. And I'm like, you know what? I get tired of mentioning it. And like even the Commonwealth soldiers being complete idiots, I don't even fault the episode for that because I'm like, oh no, they're just morons. I just accepted it. NXP says I'm new to the stream, waiting for season 11 to drop on Netflix. Oh yeah. So NXP, I don't want to spoil anything. You know what I mean? Like, that's tough. I don't want to spoil anything that happens in this episode because this is a big thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Walker Dead says Judith should know that Shane's her real father, but died. Yeah, she kind of should, but she doesn't. Hi NXP, I'm Josh. Nice to meet you. Want to be friends? Thanks, dude. That's awesome. Is that on Disney? The Gears of War show. No, that's not on That's not going to be on Disney. It's going to be on Netflix. But the other show that I will be reviewing that is on Disney Plus. Walker Dead. Phoenix is also, it's a show you guys are not going to expect. Like, trust me. Like, look through Disney Plus shows, and you guys will not predict what show it is going to be. Walker Dead Phoenix says The Last of Us TV show is going to be live action. The trailer for Last of Us 2 live action, not animated. Yeah, I know that, Walker Dead. Let's see. Epic says, I really do want Daryl Dixon show to be good. I mean, we shall see, Epic. We shall see. All right, so I caught up with the chat. Do you guys have any questions for me?
No.
No? Okay.
Wait. Wait. I will say, like in season 11, like episode 22, that guy, like his death was. Hello?
I couldn't really hear you.
I said that the guy, like I said that guy in episode 22, last episode, the one I just watched recently, his death was satisfying to me.
22, Lance? Or, no, wait, sorry.
No, I'm talking about that ginger guy who was on the
Oh,
bus
yeah.
who was, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm just drawing a blank. I'm like, whose death was that? And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, his character was just like, I'm just like with Rosita. I'm like, yeah, shove that walker in his face. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, he had no personality. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where it's like, he's fine with, not with separating a mother from her infant, and it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like he like believes in the vision of the Commonwealth more than even Pamela. And characters like that are just like, oh my goodness, like you got no life. Like no one's gonna miss you. And apparently even the soldiers didn't do anything when he was being killed. So yeah. DeRosa, how are you, man? What's your favorite scene of the episode, Brian? Great question, Joshua. I think I don't know. It's either Judith getting shot or and I don't mean that as like a evil way. I mean how the scene was done, like that whoa moment, or the characters running in the street carrying Judith and Daryl leaving everyone else behind, and then Judith saying, Daddy, like calling for Daryl or for Rick. One of those. So it's either Judith gets shot or Daryl carrying her. You know what I mean? Like one of those. Both scenes were just so good. Like, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Epic.
Do you think Judith getting shot was supposed to be a nod back to when Carl got shot in season 2?
I think so, but like to be fair, I heard the rumors, about how Judith's gonna get shot. But the thing is that I didn't want it to be, oh my goodness, Judith gets shot on accident by like Sebastian while zombies invade the Commonwealth, and then it's like, you know what I mean? It's like a repeat of the season 6 Carl getting shot, and I didn't want that. This one I feel like makes a little bit more sense, sort of. Like I feel like because I said it, I'm like, if Judith gets shot in the eye, just like Carl did, and if they paralleled that scene with Rick in season 6, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I said, I was gonna rant because I'm like, okay, like you can't just make Judith the new Carl, and enforce it. You can't force it. But the way they did it here, it didn't seem too forced.
Because I find it interesting how season 2, we all know Carl gets shot by accident. Rick's running in the field with with Carl in his arms. And we see something similar with Daryl, where Judith gets shot and Daryl,
Yeah. NXP says, what made Virgil decide to return to Oceanside? Great question. I'm thinking, I think it's just, if I had to guess, I would say he probably just didn't know where to go. Let me know what you guys think. But, I feel like Virgil, he didn't go with Michonne, and he kind of just, he didn't know what to do with his life. You know what I mean? Because he couldn't go back to his island. And to me, I just figured like he went to Oceanside because it was like, well, that was that's where I met Michonne and her daughter, so I'm gonna go back there and figure out my next move. I think that's probably why he went back. He probably didn't have much options, or didn't know what to do. I'm just hoping that The Last of Us show doesn't implement The Last of Us Part 2. Yeah, I agree. Where the heck is Scott, like, for real? Yeah, great question, DeRosa. So, even though it's not confirmed, in my headcanon, Scott was killed off screen in Outpost 22, which is Alexandria, because we do see blood on the windmill in Alexandria before Negan and Ezekiel before they're about to be executed. So, to me, it's like that's the simplest explanation, that Scott, Kyle, and some other characters got killed off screen by the Commonwealth soldiers. Because I don't think we're going to see Scott ever again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when the characters, like, Scott fought in all out war, but we don't see Scott in this episode going with the group to the Commonwealth to fight. So that tells me that, like, yeah, he's dead. Like, he's definitely dead. In my personal opinion. What happened to the audio? I'm not sure what happened to Epic's audio. Just kind of glitched out, I guess. The Walking Dead show is at its end soon. Yeah, the end is here, Walker Dead. At least Judith isn't retarded like Lori. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of harsh. Lori was not a good mom, but she did have her moments of being. Here's the thing: she did crash a car in a road that was stupid, but all characters in The Walking Dead do stupid things at times, so it's kind of hard to say, you know. What you said. In my opinion, they shouldn't have repeated the Grimes character getting shot like they did with Carl. That's fair, Walker Dead. But to me, I just love the scene of somebody carrying Judith and then everyone defending her and being left to die just so that she could live. I just think that's so poetic and beautiful. It's like, wow, all these adults with dreams and goals and that we've known for a long time, they're all fighting to give this little girl a chance to be saved after she was shot. I just find that so poetic and beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just love that. I just think that's a great idea. But I definitely think they could have fixed a few things. I'm not sad. Virgil returned to Oceanside. Me trying to find who cares about Virgil. Weak character, lol. Yeah, speaking of Virgil too, if we don't see him in the finale, he also, in my opinion, died off screen at Alexandria by the Commonwealth soldiers. Because yeah, we have not seen Virgil in like 15 episodes, you know, so like, yeah. Walker Dead, characters that didn't matter in The Walking Dead season 11, Scott, Sydney, Virgil, RJ. Yeah, RJ, they're saving. All those other three, I don't think they're saving them. DeRosa says, honestly, Daryl was dumb for bringing Judith. Yeah, I'll admit that was stupid. He really should not have brought Judith. She's 10 years old. That was really a bad idea, and you know he kind of sees that's his problem. I mean that how it was a bad idea. But oh yeah, so guys, let me know if you think this is gonna happen. But I think Judith might go into a coma, just like Rick did in the very first episode. This would explain why Daryl might leave, because maybe he blames himself, like, completely for what happened to Judith. Maybe this is why he goes in the spinoff. But also, Judith going to a coma, I think it kind of makes sense, because one, the Commonwealth have hospitals. Two, this would, you know, make sense to not do anything with the Judith character until, you know, Rick comes back, whenever that is. You know what I mean? Like, Judith's not going to go in any of the spin-offs, so this could be a reason. And three, I think it would be, like, to tie how Rick goes into a coma. Did you watch any videos? Last of Us 3 videos, Walker Dead. What if the final episode is a filler episode of Sky and Virgil? That's not going to happen, DeRosa. Scott is dead, and Virgil, he's like, I would say 90% dead. And also, we saw the promo. The final episode is not going to be a filler.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead, Epic.
Like, at the same time, yeah, it was dumb for Daryl to bring Judith, but at the same time, you know, in his mind, he wouldn't think that Pamela would be so evil to shoot an innocent child.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, there's no way he could have thought Pamela would use a gun. You know what I mean?
Also, she didn't even mean to.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think I saw. I can't remember, Chosen. I think you said something about how in your review, you thought like, oh, it doesn't make sense for everyone to stop. To be fair, I kind of think it does. It's just that I don't know. I just feel like they did not show. I don't understand why Pamela has those guards like in black. Like to me, I'm just thinking. I kind of feel like the show could have made the Commonwealth soldiers look more moral, and that way, when that does happen, they stop too. Because I can see Pamela stopping shooting, but the guards as well. And it's just kind of weird because I'm like, wait, aren't these the same guards that kidnap kids? So, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like, there's kind of a disconnect, but I still like what the scene was trying to be. 100%.
Well, also, I don't even know. I don't even remember saying that. I'm surprised you remembered. But also, like when you're in a, I mean, I've never been in a gunfight, if I'm being completely honest. But when you're in a gunfight, I'm assuming you're not really paying attention about the next person beside. I mean, not the next person. You're not paying attention about who's getting shot on the other side. You're just paying attention who you're currently trying to shoot. So it's kind of unlikely that they all immediately just notice that Judith is a little girl has been shot, and then they all stop, right? And then they're all staying there. Like if I were there, if I were one of the guards and I noticed a little girl get shot and I were to stop shooting, I would like try to take cover or something instead of just standing there and watching.
Yeah, they did not plan that trap very well because, um, because if they did, like, they could have set up like barriers or something on the balconies. Um, you know what I mean? They could have put like metal on the railing so that they could have cover because they just stand up and shoot and they get sniped and stuff. Also, I love how Gabriel, man, he's such a great shot. He's got one eye. Gabriel with his blind eye, he can see better in his blind eye than those guards with two eyes. I just
Oh, that's
love it.
crazy.
Yeah, Gabriel is just amazing. Like, I mean, seriously, it's not just that he believes in God. Like the show kind of sometimes makes him a god. You know, just like Daryl. You know,
Hey,
like
Brian.
a god in the universe. Yeah,
Hey, Brian.
yeah. Go ahead.
But like, do you think the Commonwealth underestimated our group? Like, they didn't know just how dangerous our group was.
Oh yeah. I mean, to be fair, that happens all the time in The Walking Dead. They never, you know, take our group seriously, or they think like, oh yeah, we can do this and that. It's like, yeah, they don't really think it through. Um, But hold on, guys. Let me get caught up on the chat real quick. Scott should have died in season 6 or season 8 of Walking Dead main show. I agree. Josh, I'm not surprised if we get no deaths in the series finale. I agree. I'm thinking no deaths. I'm gonna go with no deaths. It's who knows? It's possible. Judith going to a coma? No, please. We shall see. Walker Dead. We shall see. Epic still war zone. Kids die all the time from war. That's true. They get caught in the crossfire. What war? Specifically speaking of battle, technically it's a war between the survivors and Pamela. Father Gabriel still should have died back in 1016. Yeah, I agree with that. He should have got killed by Beta. NXP's play says ever since the show received a lot of backlash for killing off two beloved characters, Glenn and Abraham. Yeah, I agree with that NXP play, but or NXP. But the thing is, the show it was because of the deaths, but also the cliffhanger because it was spoiled, and because Glenn was such a loved character and they did it for shock value. There were a lot of reasons why people raged when Glenn and Abraham died. Because it was mostly Glenn. People just were like, no, you should not have killed that character that way. It just didn't work in the show like it did in the comic. But the show has not even killed off the minor characters. That's what's crazy about it. They have not even killed off the minor characters. Which is insane. Josh says, what did you think of Lydia getting bit? Yeah, that was insane. Guys, seriously, Lydia getting bit. I did not expect that. That was not spoiled at all for me. That was shocking. I thought I thought he was going to live, kind of thing. But I thought, hey, if anyone's going to get bit, it's going to be him. But Lydia getting bit, this was a change from the comic I did not expect. And the actress did a fantastic job in the RV scene with Jerry, with Aaron. That was such a good scene. The way the actors came with each other, that was so well done. But just a small thing. The Walking Dead really needs to stop having characters lose their arm, I guess. Like, especially like the female character. Well, no, not the female characters. Like I think it's like kids now. Yeah, they did Elton, Alicia, and now Lydia. A lot of kids have been losing their arms lately in The Walking Dead. I kind of, it's okay now, but they should really stop. Like, you know what I mean? Because like, I kind of feel like they're doing it. They've now done it too much, but I'm not faulting it now because that was good.
Well, Alicia was an adult when that happened. But anyway, that scene was crazy. I thought it was Elijah at first, but then I was like, because well, at first I was like, no, that's Lydia. But then I was like, wait, no, it can't be Lydia. So I was like, it's Elijah that got bit. But no, obviously it was Lydia. But yeah, if that happened to me, I would like, bro, you're gonna have to knock me out. There's no way. Like, even though like I know it's the right thing, but you have to do that to survive. There's no way I'm letting someone just cut my arm off like that. You'd have to knock me out.
Oh yeah, I seriously don't get why nobody hits somebody in the head right before they cut off their limb. Like it's like knock me
Yeah,
out. Like
yeah,
seriously.
I would be fighting Aaron and Jerry. I'd be like forcing them to knock me out.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. Let me get caught up. More battles in the war. On the season 7 premiere, the series has been more careful with how they choose their deaths. That's true, NXP. But the thing is, I think the show was too careful. I think they went too. Scott Gimple was killing off too many characters. But the show, here's the thing though. Scott Gimple still killed off Morales, Carl, Sasha. So Gimple did it way too much. Angela Kang, though, she's the other extreme. She's not doing any deaths, pretty much. Walker Dead says, oh, darn it, I lost your spy. Not to mention the Heads on Spikes outrage in the TV's main show. I didn't even know there was outrage on the Pikes. I figured it out. Scott is in France, confirmed. LOL. If Daryl goes to France to get Scott, oh my goodness, that'll never happen. Hey Brian, me personally, I'm not a big fan of TV Lydia. I haven't liked how they've used her in the last few seasons, but I think I do in a way like I like the actress. She's really good, and I have liked some of the stuff they've done with her. Lydia gets bit, but does she die? Not in this episode, Walker Dead, but we shall see. No, you know what? She's gonna live. Yeah, the Walking Dead's not killing off anyone. Wait, how does Lydia losing her arm serve the story? It's useless. Well, I think it's to add an obstacle to the group, but yeah. Don't forget Aaron. Yeah, that's true. Aaron also loses his arm, but he's not a kid, or he wasn't a kid in the show at some point. Confirmed by who? Brian, I'm not a fan of how they're making the Commonwealth seem so evil. Yeah, I kind of think that they haven't really done a good mix. They've shown the Commonwealth to be 100% incompetent, 80% evil and 20% moral. So I kind of get what you're saying. I kind of think they didn't really do a healthy mix. Joshua says, why do you have a problem with characters losing their arms? Now it didn't bother you before. Well, it didn't bother me before, but they've been doing it a lot, Joshua. They did it with Elton and World Beyond. They did it with Alicia. And I raged so much because they did it in the same week. And Alicia losing her arm like that was stupid. This version, I'm not too upset. But like I said, I just think they're doing it a little bit too much. Because losing an arm should not be... It shouldn't happen too common. You know what I'm saying? Because now Lydia can't use her stick. She probably can never really fight anymore ever again. So I kind of feel like you got to use that more sparingly. Like I think they should just stop now with characters losing limbs in a way. Oh, by the way, okay, I just want to say this out loud. Lydia lost her arm, her hand like a champ. TV Rick could never do that. Okay, TV Rick never could have did what Lydia did. So that is one positive Lydia has over Rick Grimes. I'm just saying that. Yeah, Rick.
I do think her losing her arm is fine, just because it is like, are we ever going to see her again? You know what I mean? Like, yes, there's spinoffs, but I don't know if we're ever going to see her again, other than episode 24.
I don't think we're going to see her again. I think we could see her in the final episodes of the Rick and Michonne show when they conclude everyone's story arcs. But other than that, yeah, I see what you're saying. If they're not in the spinoffs, just kill them off or something. But Lydia's a character where it's like, I don't hate her, so maybe just have her live by the end of the show. Okay, so Lydia, Father Gabriel, and Luke should have died back in season 10-16. Lydia, I disagree with. Luke, definitely. Father Gabriel, yeah. Darn it, I lost my spot. I'll agree, Brian, that's one problem with both Gimple and Kang. I would be fighting to save my arm. LOL. Oh yeah, I'd be so terrified. Oh my goodness. DeRosa says Scott Gimple killed way too many characters. Angela Kang killing no characters. Absolutely, DeRosa. Movie Idol made a movie after 9/15 aired. It's called Outrage on thumbnail before he deleted the vid completely. I have no. Oh, it said Outrage. Yeah, I don't know. I remember that, but I'm not sure what happened. Joshua says now we have 2 female characters who lost their arm. Technically 3 if you include Tails' character Amy. Yeah, you know what I mean, Joshua. They've done it in the last year, so I kind of feel like that's too many. You know what I mean? Losing an arm used to be kind of rare in The Walking Dead. Now it's like happening left and right. You know what I mean? NXP says Judith was in charge of getting Dog to safety. Yeah, where is Dog, by the way? We got to answer that. Dog to safety, and you can see him briefly at the episode's end. Is Dog okay? Wait, I don't see Dog in the episode, NXP. I don't see Dog in the episode. Where did you see him? Hey, Brian, I never thought I'd prefer comic version of the Commonwealth, but I do. Here's the thing, Epic. I prefer the story. I slightly prefer the TV show Commonwealth story-wise. But visually and how the characters were done, yeah, I do prefer comic. You know what I mean? Joshua says it's probably because they think characters losing their arm makes them cool. Yeah, I guess, Joshua. I just think they're doing it too often. Remember when they killed off Alden off screen? Yeah, that was just silly. Just kill off Lydia in 11/24. I don't think they will Walker Dead. Alden is the only serious death this season, and he's basically a nobody. Yeah, that's sad, DeRosa. If the biggest death this season and the final season was Alden, that should say something. Lydia was absolutely pointless in the Walking Dead main show. Again, without Carl Lydia, then what's the point of TV series Lydia? I get what you're saying, Walker Dead, but I just get so tired of the show killing off comic characters that survive. So with Lydia, and we know Lydia survives in the comics, so I just feel like, why not keep her alive? Because the show has so few characters from the comic who are still alive. You know what I mean? Joshua says Alden was a season 8 character. He wasn't a nobody. Well, you know what he means, Joshua. It's Alden was a character since season 8, but Scott was a character since season 6, and Scott's an even bigger nobody than Alden was. They picked Alden to die, not for the Gabriel or Ezekiel. If Angela Kang was showrunner since season 1, Otis would still be alive. Yeah, everyone would be alive, pretty much, which is crazy. Okay, so we get the characters ready to leave. Yeah, this is what I mean. We have Connie, we have Kelly going. We see Diane again. So Diane is here. Not sure where she was last episode or the episode before that. But yeah, we see all the characters going to fight, at the Commonwealth. And I think Maggie and them, they're taking some people from the Commonwealth back with them, if I had to guess. But we don't see Scott, Virgil, the Savior Guard who was in charge of Negan's cell. You know what I mean? I think they're dead. You know what I mean? They died off screen. But here's the thing. Annie says goodbye to Negan. Annie is not dying. I thought Annie could die in episode 22, possibly. But I'm like, you know what? I think she's going to live. And I was right. So why does Negan go to New York with Maggie? A woman who hates his guts. And leave behind his wife and child? This is a head scratcher.
I will agree. It doesn't make any sense,
They did have a kind of cool scene between Negan and Ezekiel, and kind of like Ezekiel just talking to Negan about their past, obviously. But then we kind of have a close up on Maggie, and she doesn't say anything. But I'm assuming she's in the same boxcar room. But you can kind of tell what she's thinking. She's obviously thinking about Negan and all that stuff. So maybe that has something to do with is something maybe that happens in episode 24 that leads to the spinoff. I don't know.
Well, how exactly?
Well, I don't know. Maybe she's this is gonna be. That's how she's oh, you know what? Now I forgive you. Even though how cringe, that would be cringe and all that stuff. But very superficial. But maybe that leads to her kind of forgiving him even more.
Yeah, that's still, I guess. But we know that Maggie's gonna try to kill him in the beginning of their spinoff. Yeah. So many questions. I just don't get it.
But maybe it's for another reason, though. Maybe Negan does something else.
Maybe it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. and also Herschel was not taken by the Commonwealth for CRM. He's in Alexandria now, so something else has to happen. Something else is going on. Okay, so I like this. We have Ezekiel, Nabila, the kids, Gracie. We see RJ. I'm trying to think. Was Barbara? Yeah, I don't remember seeing Barbara in this episode. I wonder what happened to her. Because yeah, she's supposed to, and there's no Adam. I wonder where the baby Adam is, the Whisper baby. That's a bit of a head scratcher for me too. But yeah, so yes.
It just seems to me that after they got rid of, after they killed off, Earl, Tammy, and even like Mary / Gamma, they just kind of like forgot about Adam.
Yeah. I know we disagree, Chosen, sometimes on if a character's been missing, if they're dead or not. But what do you think happened to Adam and Barbara? Because I thought they were in this episode when I first watched it, but then I look back, I'm like, oh dang it, they're not. So that part's a head scratcher for me.
They're just, I don't know, either inside the actual Commonwealth, or they're maybe unlikely, but also maybe in Oceanside, or they're just in Alexandria, but like they just weren't shown because obviously the actors weren't there.
Hey, Brian.
Yapik, go ahead.
So Oceanside is still standing, isn't it?
Yeah, and the fact that they took no one from Oceanside, I guess, unless it's still run by Commonwealth soldiers and they didn't free it, that is another head scratcher. So right now, Hilltop and Oceanside are still completely full of Commonwealth soldiers. And then also, what happened to Negan and Annie's people? Wasn't Maggie hiding them in the ground in a tunnel? What happened to all those people? Any ideas?
Maggie seems to make her people disappear, because remember those boat people with the bows and everything in episode 17 of season 10, and I think even the first few episodes of season 11, those people with the masks and the bows and stuff.
Wow. It really doesn't matter what Maggie. It really doesn't matter how hard Maggie tries as a leader. Her people are just gonna keep disappearing on her. Like Hilltop.
She makes them all despawn. Same with Georgie and those Midge or whatever those girls' names are.
Oh my goodness. I would not be a person in Maggie's group. I would not have her as my leader if I was in The Walking Dead. I would not want to be Daniel snapped, because there have been 4 groups now, whole groups that have been snapped out of existence.
Imagine they do a plot twist, and she's just because remember in earlier in season 11 where she's kind of has a darker side to her. Imagine they did a good plot twist out of nowhere where she's a psychopath murderer, and she's murdering all these people.
Oh yeah, that'd be hilarious. She's cutting the fat, and then someone could be like, "What are you talking about?" And she could just be break the fourth wall and say, "I'm saving on the budget."
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, Pick, go ahead.
I will admit, Maggie. I will admit, season 11C, Maggie has been somewhat decent. I will admit that.
Yeah, 11A Maggie, no. B Maggie, okay in certain moments. C Maggie, yeah, definitely a lot better. Definitely felt more like good old Maggie, So yeah, it's a shame though it took so long.
I loved 11A Maggie. 11B Maggie, I didn't like her. And 11C, she's pretty good. She hasn't been in much of 11C though. Or at least she doesn't have a lot of screen time.
Well, she's getting a spin-off, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
If Angela King, oh wait, never mind. NXP says he was shown briefly at the end of 10. He was on screen for a few seconds. Which one are you talking about?
I think she's talking about Dog.
Oh yeah, Dog. Yeah, I wonder where Dog is. He wasn't in this episode. Yeah, Dog deserves some screen time, man. Justice for Dog, man. Seriously, Angela King is butchering the best boy. Seriously. Walker Dead says, but what's the point of Lydia without Carl and Henry? Nothing, obviously. She's Elijah's girlfriend now. That's just it. Scott actually wasn't in season 5. He was introduced in season 6, actually. Josh, Scott was not a season 5 character. Scott is not a nobody. Man fought in wars. JK. Yeah, he fought in wars. He just didn't kill anyone. Scott just dipped. He was just tired of all the BS. Yeah, to be fair, I would be too. Like, man, I'm tired.
Like again, Scott's only line in season 10, like his only contribution was saying, "Come on, Judith."
I know that's insane. Um, again, Scott should have died back in season 6 or 8. NXP says, why would the show kill so many characters off screen? Great question, man. It's simply because the show doesn't have room for all the characters it introduces, and it's also budget. A lot of reasons, and this happened to Mikey. A fun fact: Nicholas in season 5, the guy who killed Noah, tried to kill Glenn. He had a son named Mikey. He was one of Carl's friends. Mikey died off screen. That, you know what I mean? Like, the show just kind of forgot because it needed, to keep moving with the story, and it just didn't really have anything to do with those characters. Um, so yeah, it's budget, but also, rushing story arcs. Walker Dead says, trust me, Negan and Maggie are never getting together in the Walking Dead Dead City. It's obvious that it's not going to happen. Yeah, I hope so too, Walker Dead, because, well, I mean, yeah, Negan's not going to cheat on his wife, so yeah, that's another reason. DeRosa says, I remember earlier in the season, they thought Maggie and Negan would hook up. What's wrong with those people? Well, yeah, I agree, DeRosa. If you wanted that to happen, that's just sick. But the way they filmed it, there was a scene in 11A where they filmed this romantic tension between Maggie and Negan. It was weird. They lingered on the two staring at each other in a weird way, and they kind of filmed it. I've seen in other movies and shows that's what you do with romantic characters when they fight and then they stare at each other and then they kiss or something. Like, that happens a lot in other stories, but they didn't do it here. So I think it was just how they filmed it. I'm like, wait, what? Save on the budget. Nabila had more screen time than Scott, and she came in season 7. That's true, DeRosa. Barbara died off screen with Virgil. She might have, Walker Dead. We shall see. Still waiting for the Nabila post-credit scene. Yeah, seriously, man. Nabila is, my goodness. We talk about Queen Carol. Nabila is like another queen in The Walking Dead. Like, seriously. She is a goat, man.
But I mean, technically, like in a way, Jerry still kind of overshadows her because Jerry's way bigger, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, that means two things. He's bigger in every sense, bigger character, and he's the guy, and he's her husband. So yeah.
Yeah.
I disagree, Walker Dead. I like Nabila. I didn't think she should die in All Out War. I kind of feel like she was this Olivia character, and I like that because I feel like the show butchered the Olivia character. They killed her off too soon, and it was nice to have this sweet, overweight woman in the apocalypse who was just, she had her limits, but she, was a very sweet character, and she didn't have to bloody her hands, but she had her, moments to shine, and I kind of like that. Just letting you all know, most of the people is joking. Hold on, Epic. I really need to catch up. Maggie abandons her own people in the TV series. Yeah, Maggie has lost a lot of people. NXP, I'm not sure why your message was retracted. Just ask it again. Because, yeah, that's weird. What if the finale has a dollar store budget? I hope not, DeRosa. I don't think it will. The promo looks pretty decent. There's no denying the fact that Maggie being the leader of Hilltop, and it didn't matter at all, seasons 9 to 11. Yeah, Maggie being leader of Hilltop sadly didn't matter in the long run. DeRosa says, imagine if The Walking Dead had season 12. Rick, Judith, Daryl, Carol, Michonne, Maggie, Negan, and Morgan. If only, DeRosa, if only. Would be epic. I remember Nabila overpowered at Saber. But Saber. Yeah, Sabers are weak. But here, the Commonwealth soldiers are worse. NXP, just wondering, Luke and the survivors use music and wagon to lead massive horde of undead through evening on the way to the cliff. It seems like they only had one song to play on repeat. Yeah, I think they did. You talk about season 10, right? Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, like, one scene in episode 23 that kind of proves that the Commonwealth soldiers are so bad is there's literally a scene where where one Commonwealth soldier is in a tower and then a walker, one of the smart walkers, is able to sneakily climb up the tower and get him off guard and attack him.
I mean, Okay,
But, yeah.
attacking him, I get it, but he should have been able to push the walker back. But the walker actually overpowered him, so that's just pathetic. And I didn't fault the episode for that because I'm like, no, he's dead. I don't care. Zombies get in. Don't care. Let's just move on.
And then Brody accidentally hits the switch to open the door.
Yeah, that. You know what's stupid? Those two Commonwealth soldiers, neither one of them tries to run up back to the tower to close the gate.
Yeah,
They
I'm
literally
surprised
have
the
enough.
guy who accidentally. Keep going.
But I was just gonna say, literally, they had enough time. One of the soldiers had enough time to run back up to the tower, close the gate, and then the gate would be closed, and only like 100 zombies would be let in. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's literally what could have happened. But the Commonwealth soldiers are
Yeah,
so bad. Where does Pamela buy them from? The discount Dollar General store or dollars? You know what I mean? The Dollar Tree, like whatever. Like, where did she get them?
I'm surprised. The guy who got overpowered by the one zombie. I'm surprised he had the strength to even like accidentally hit the switch.
Oh yeah. Um,
And
these
the
guys have
other
the
thing I
strength of
wanted to,
these guys
sorry.
have no, it's okay. These guys have the strength of literally a child.
No, like the other thing I wanted to ask you is, will you be checking out Dead City?
I do not think I will, Epic. I might if I hear good things about it. So far, I'm not really interested. Um, just okay, yeah, not gonna happen. Do you prefer rename more than the green name? I love Glenn, but honestly, I don't know. I think I prefer the green name more. I think I like that a little bit more. No, season 12 Phoenix. Wanna VC on Discord after the stream. Been waiting to VC you for a while. I can't Walker Dead. I've got a lot to do, and I can't. We've talked before, like VCing recently, and I can't do it again because I just have so much. Joshua says, would you put season 11 high or low? That's a good question, Josh. I have to see the final episode first. Here's the thing. I think it's better than season 7. I don't know if it's better than season 8 though. And here's the thing. It's still better than season 10. I will say that. I think it's better than season 10. Season 10 was just so rough. Commonwealth soldier training is weak. Yeah, like seriously, how does Mercer train his soldiers? Does he give them one test as kill zombies in the house, and then that's it? Boom, they graduate, like they get their armor and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It's just really bad. Like training is like what? Do they have like a week of training? Like my goodness, this is terrible. There's Daryl Dixon spin-off casting news. I heard about that, Joshua, but I'm not really interested. NXP
they
says
have the Commonwealth soldiers playing one round of Call of Duty, and they're like, okay, you're all good.
dude, if Commonwealth has Call of Duty, man, they have a working Xbox and PlayStation. No, yeah, Call of Duty's Xbox, but oh my goodness, that would be insane though. Man,
Call of Duty Zombies.
that would have been sweet though. If like you just have a scene like Sebastian playing on the Xbox or something, and it's like, oh wow, that the Commonwealth would look so much better in the show, like instantly. Um, you know, why wasn't Beta's death scene longer? Good question, NXP. I think simply because it was just the final episode of season 10, and they just kind of decided to rush it. I think they simply were like, hey, listen, we're kind of, they had to fill in the quota, they had to finish wrapping up filming, and I think they're like, you know what, let's just make the fight with Beta, shorter, I guess. Walker Dead, I was always loved and support Alicia Denham Carey. Me too. I want to know the requirements to become a Commonwealth soldier. I think you just need to breed, DeRosa. I think you only need to breed. You do not need functional eyes. You can be visually blind, I guess. They can have blind people be Commonwealth soldiers, I think. In my opinion, the Commonwealth in the Walking Dead comics was better in the show. Commonwealth was weak in the show. Yeah, Commonwealth in the comic was better, but the story, I kind of like the show now, the story arc more, because this whole her thing, I just really liked it. Of all the villains, who is your favorite and why? Great question, NXP. The governor, and he's just the most iconic. And unlike, Pamela and Pope, he actually killed some beloved characters. So yeah. Um, darn, and Mercer came from West Point. Yeah, DeRosa, it's a shame. Um, hold on, guys. Okay, yeah. So the episode. Okay, yeah. So Maggie, I just love this. He's like, we don't need the others. It's like we can do it ourselves. But here's the thing. I disagree with Negan on one point. He said we don't need the others. It's like Negan, if you want to be part of this group, you gotta rely on the others too. You can't just solo with Maggie. No, you're not that close with Maggie where it's like, yeah, the two of us, we're gonna do this thing against a group. No, you're not that close yet, Negan, or probably never. But she's like, there is no we, and I'm hoping she means like, yeah, I'm not going to be part of some plot with just you, you know, sort of thing, like, you know what I mean, and not tell the others. But it's like when I heard that, I'm like, poor Maggie, she doesn't know she has a spinoff with him. Yeah. Man doesn't know how to train his soldiers. Sadly, he does not, DeRosa. Mercer's a strong soldier, but he does not know how to train. He's a bad teacher. Brian, how many soldiers do you think Commonwealth have at this point? It's like Herschel's Shotgun Infinite. Well, great question, DeRosa. Apparently, they only had 3 soldiers guarding the most important location in the community, the gate. So they clearly don't have that many soldiers. Sort of thing. I mean, they have more than our group, soldiers. But as far as like percentage-wise, yeah, I would say 1% of their community is soldiers. Like it's probably like really low.
It was cool that we actually got to see the walls, though. I'm surprised they were like as short as they were, though. I thought they'd be way taller.
Yeah, I agree. Still, though, the fact that the gate is automatic and stuff, like, I'm like, okay, this gate's not bad. In the comics, the Commonwealth didn't even have a wall. So I'm like, okay, this is what I've been wanting to see for like ever. I'm like, where are the Commonwealth's walls? I'm like, I want to see them enter the Commonwealth and leave every time. Like they do with Alexandria, but, the show kind of didn't do that. And now I'm like, okay, yeah, better late than never, but yeah. Hey, Brian, I will...
Lance still posted them, though.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I will admit Carol this season vastly improved over season 10. Yeah, Carol was better this season. Same with Ezekiel. Yeah, this is what season 11 has over season 10. They improved a lot of their characters more. Maggie still wants to kill Negan, LOL. I don't know NXP. She might, a little bit, like a part of her, but she knows that she's not going to do it. She knows that, I think. She gave up her chance so many times. Plus, Negan has a child on the way, and yeah. And a wife, so it's just not going to happen. Epic says...
They show some finds them useful.
True, yes. And, yeah. And hopefully, useful in that way, because, people on Tumblr, have dirty minds. Right. So, yeah. TV Mercer and Princess are vastly better in the show than the comics. I think so too, yeah. Walker Dead says, do you think Daryl should have died in the Walking Dead main show during the Negan lineup instead of Glenn Abraham? If I could switch Daryl for Glenn, I would, because Glenn's my favorite character. But obviously, it's spilled milk, and, there's no going back, Walker Dead. So, but I still have enjoyed a lot of Daryl past the lineup. So, yeah. DeRosa says, dang, bro, I should take command. Clearly, they're useless. Yeah, Judith can fight zombies better than the Commonwealth soldiers. What does that tell you? Walker Dead says, Maggie still wants to kill Negan. Oh my gosh, give me a break. Again, Walker Dead, Daryl didn't die because they're his cash cow. CRM gonna smack Commonwealth. I don't think they're gonna attack the Commonwealth, DeRosa, but yeah, CRM would destroy the Commonwealth, like, without sweating. Oh my goodness. They don't stand a chance. I thought they could before we saw the Commonwealth, but after everything we've seen in the past season and a half, I'm like, oh my goodness. Show Commonwealth.
They just sent Jadis.
What? Hold on, guys, one at a time.
They just sent Jadis to kill the entirety of the Commonwealth.
Yeah, she'll just use her plot armor and kill every last one of them. Yeah, go ahead.
Like I just want to say another point is like this, like in episode 22, there was a moment where like Luke, Jules, Lydia, like Elijah, Aaron, Jerry. They were in a horde of walkers, like had hoodies on, like, and yet somehow those Commonwealth soldiers with their giant like lights or whatever, they couldn't see them.
Yeah. You didn't know this, Epic?
You know?
Commonwealth soldiers are legally blind, or medically blind, but Pamela still uses them to save money. So, um, okay. So,
Yeah.
sorry. Let me get caught up on the chat. I wonder how good Commonwealth soldiers are. They're not good at all, DeRosa. They are terrible at everything they do. Do you think the Saviors would have been the Commonwealth considering how stupid they are? Negan is a smart commander. No, I think the Commonwealth would have won, but just barely. Like, they have more numbers and they have better equipment, but I think they would have won because there's more of them. But yeah. Let's see. Josh says, I know everyone loves Alicia Denton character because she's pretty and stuff, and the other actors. And stuff. Others from Fear the Walking Dead are good too, even if they play bad characters on the show. Yeah, the actors are good. It's just that the story in the show is terrible. I have faith that the reboot series of Leah is going to be better than TV series. We shall see. If I could date Lauren Cohen in real life, I would in a heartbeat. Yeah. Walker Dead. That. Well, I don't know if that's. No, I don't think so. I mean, celebrities. She's a celebrity. It's like, they can be nice and be like, sure, I'll go on a date with you. Like a one-time thing. I don't know. Chosen. Judith's shoulder is better armor than Commonwealth's. Yeah, Judith gets shot in the shoulder and is still alive. A Commonwealth soldier gets stabbed in the shoulder and dies. Like, it's like, what? Pamela had to save the budget for other things than the soldiers. Yeah, what does she save it for? I'm genuinely curious, what does Pamela spend the Commonwealth's money on? NXP says, what does Father Gabriel want Judith to tell Rosita in case he doesn't make it out alive? Oh, I don't know, NXP. What does Father Gabriel want Judith to tell Rosita in case he doesn't make it out alive? Do you mean in season 10? I mean, I thought it was like their relationship or something. I could be wrong. Okay, yeah. So we have the scene with Negan and Ezekiel. This was a good scene. Negan saying, "Hey, I'm trying to change. I know you all are better than me. If you don't know that, you haven't been paying attention." And Negan's, the dead came for me. I smile. War came for me, and yet I smile. Cancer came for me, and yet I smile. That was good. That was a good scene. I enjoyed it. And then we get to Judith and Daryl and Carol in the train car. And then we get Judith mentioning Michonne, but she doesn't tell them that, Michonne left to go find Rick. This is what I don't get. If Judith goes into a coma, the characters are never going to know Rick's alive or where Michonne went. I don't get it. We haven't seen Virgil in forever. There's no CRM connection so far from everything we've seen, kind of. And I don't get it. Why is the show saving Judith's confession? Judith has been, for 2 years, Judith has been keeping this a secret to us, not to her. It's only been like 7 months to her. But for us, it's been like 2 years, and she has been lying to the group this whole time. This is what's weird. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, what do they think, like, Michonne is doing? She's just, like, chilling out in the woods? Like, what do they think she's doing?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, these are... I don't know. Like, I can understand Scott not caring about his best friend and his son that disappeared and never heard from again. Yes, that's right. If you guys didn't know, Scott had a son. And his son disappeared, and Scott never cared. Because Scott is a horrible human being and a horrible father. But regardless, how does Daryl not care about Michonne, one of his best friends? And I get it. They're doing stuff now. But that should be a serious question. Like, you can at least talk about it on the train and then figure out what to do after.
Even like the minor characters, like, because Michonne was like a leader, right? So wouldn't they be kind of like, dude, but one of our leaders is gone, like, whatever, and like if they're like weak people, they'd be like panicking and all this stuff, like, bro, like, one of our strongest leaders is gone.
Like, I mean, I will admit, like, Michonne, I will admit she is a better leader than Morgan. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Morgan is a trash leader.
Where's the bot?
Okay, so we get the Judith scene, and it's like, okay, so afterwards, we get, Mercer brings Eugene to the girls. Okay, yeah, so here we have you, Father Gabriel Rosita. So I'm guessing Coco's at the Commonwealth because, she's a baby. It's not like Judith and RJ. But then I'm like, okay, I guess Adam is there too, maybe? But, yeah, okay, so anyway, you know, Rosita just wants to get Coco back and all that. And I like, it's just so weird that Gabriel's like, we're gonna get our daughter back, and I don't know why, but I know this might be mean, but I just thought Rosita was gonna be like, yeah, Gabe, she's not your daughter. It's like, because like I said, like this whole relationship, I have looked at so many people's reactions and opinions. Nobody ships Rosita and Gabriel. Nobody liked the relationship. None of the fans liked the relationship. I never understood why they did that. It was just such a weird relationship. They never should have done it in the show.
I don't really care anymore. Like they've been dating like for us like 3 years, so I don't really care. I'm just kind of used to it now. But it was jarring when it first happened. And same with like the Gabriel and Jada's relationship.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Pamela calls in the herd, and somehow the Commonwealth just so happened to have another, herd. And I guess Mercer doesn't know. This is what's crazy. The fact that Pamela could just order soldiers to bring a herd to the Commonwealth, and Mercer somehow just doesn't know. So anyways, okay, so Lydia gets bit, and they get separated from Jules, Luke, and the others. And Elijah. Like I said, awesome scene. Did not expect Lydia to get bit. Normally, I would be like, why did they do this? This wasn't in the comics. But this is one of the instances where I'm like, no, it works. It works.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like me personally, one thing that is really annoying me with season 11, and again, it's kind of annoying to me that like you said, it kind of annoys me how they like they have everything in that train station, and yet that fight with that final fight where Judas gets shot was also in the freaking train station.
Oh yeah, they love using that train station. This is one of the times where when it happened, okay, when they did it in the trial for Eugene's trial, I hated it. But in this situation, it wasn't the worst thing ever, I guess, because like, well, they kind of said like, hey, the subway or the tunnel, it kind of like that's where it leads to, and it's like, okay, like I can believe that. So it's not the worst thing ever. But the fact that after the gunfight, Pamela's in her office, you know what I mean? Like, that part is just so weird to me, because I'm like, Pamela, you literally had a shootout in this building. Why are you still here? That is just reckless. I'm sorry, that's just pathetic. You think Vickers, that woman, the Commonwealth woman, would take Pamela to her home? But like, no, she's still in her office where they were just attacked, same building. Man, like, talk about reckless. Like, geez.
I wish Vickers had like a different color armor or something because they call her Colonel, right? So I wish they kind of showed the rankings with colors. That would be really cool.
I know what you mean, dude. Like, dude, how about like, what if there's like one that's like black, mostly black, but has like some red stripes, instead of like red. You know what I mean? Like black and red stripes. And then like maybe one is like grayish, and you know what I mean? Like, oh, that'd be so cool, actually. Like, that really would be pretty cool.
One thing that kind of disappoints me so far, though, it is like it kind of sucks that they never did they never did the special Commonwealth armor from the comics, and yeah, that sucks.
You mean when Maggie was president?
That's later on, though.
Yeah, we might get that. We might get that. Yeah, so anyways, oh my goodness. These Commonwealth soldiers, this is what I mean. It's so dumb. I don't rage anymore. I'm just like, this is hilarious. The fact that these soldiers literally, drive close to a herd, neither of them, neither of them watch the back to make sure they don't get too close or whatever. Neither of them use the machine gun. Neither of them hear the zombie behind them. I'm like, when I saw that, I'm like, eat up, Walker. Kill these fools. Because I'm like, people like this do not deserve to still be alive in the zombie apocalypse. They just don't. Like, they don't deserve to be alive. I'm being harsh here, but it's true. Like, they're just complete morons.
Like, it was loud for us. Like, we heard the zombie like thumping around in the background and groaning. Like, because there was groaning like from the other zombies and stuff. So maybe they kind of got a little confused. But like that zombie was like really close and like groaning way louder because it was close and everything. But like we heard it so clearly, but they couldn't for some reason. It's like they had like stuff in their ears or something. Like, bro,
Dumb.
do you think the Commonwealth soldiers in the comics were better?
Yeah. In terms of variety and numbers and training, yeah, they were better.
yeah, remember they had like the formation and the whole when they were taking out like the magenta storm and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
they actually had training.
Oh yeah, in the comics they literally take out the herd. They don't lead it away; they take it completely out, and not a single casualty. Lance is like, "Good job, guys." In the show, you have them literally driving a jeep, crash it, and a guy gets torn apart, and they have to lead the herd away. It doesn't even compare. Oh my goodness, they're so bad in the show.
They flip a jeep over on flat ground. Like what?
I know, it's so funny. Hold on, guys, I have to read the chat real quick. If Judith goes into a coma, goodbye finding out that Rick is still alive. That's very possible, Walker Dead. I thought we were going to find out, hey, the characters have to find out Rick's alive, but they might not do it. Brian, you forgot to mention this in your episode 21 stream, but Carol finally talked about the cave incident. I don't remember that. I don't really remember that, Josh, but thank you. They think Michonne went to find Scott. Yeah. But that's the funny thing. Scott was still with the group at the end of season 10. It's like, and just saying that if Judith goes into coma, there's no telling when she'll wake up. Exactly, Walker Dead. But I feel like the show might do that, because why else is Daryl going to leave? Like, unless he blames himself, you know?
I'm telling you, Giuseppe DeRosa loves Scott. That's his favorite character because he's always talking about him.
I think he's just kidding around. Sorry, but Morgan as a leader is dog water. Yeah, Morgan sucks as a leader. Michonne also left without saying goodbye. She pulled a TV Maggie. That's true. Joshua says, do you prefer Morgan's friendship with Rick and Carol or Morgan's friendship with John and Alicia? I really like his friendship with Alicia, but it's not that good. It's the same. It's kind of the same. And let's be honest, Morgan abandoned both of them. Like John died, yeah, but he abandoned Alicia. And he abandoned Rick and Carol. Like, Morgan is just abandoning everyone he comes across. Like, he makes friends with people, but then he's just like, hey guys, I'm gonna take off without saying a thing. Like, yeah. Rosita and Gabriel broke off screen. That is true. Yes, I see a Walking Dead reboot series. Let's see, finale is coming up. Zombies, am I right? Y'all know what to do. Yeah, zombies gotta eat, okay? Don't eat the innocent people. Eat the dead, eat the dumb stormtroopers. Thanks, man, I appreciate that. The rest was so funny. Was that building, not a train station? That was a building, not a train station. No, Joshua, this is a train station. When Pamela had the party, when she had Eugene's trial, and the shootout, it's all in the same building. It's a train station. Look it up on the wiki. It's this old style train station. You know what I mean? It's the same. Yeah, it's the same. What better? Hold on, Epic. I'm almost done reading the chat. Right. What better season finales or what's better what's better? Season finales or mid-season finales? I think overall it's mixed, but I've liked season finales a little bit more. Rosita, Gabriel, that little girl in there is not your daughter. Yeah, and yet her real father is dead. Yeah. Eat up, Pamela Milton. Yeah. Speaking of which, we gotta see Lance though. We gotta see Lance as a walker. He has to come back as a walker. Brian, you forgot the Commonwealth soldiers are also half deaf. That's true. Thank you for reminding me, DeRosa. I forgot they're half deaf. It's a requirement to become a soldier. Yeah, maybe that's why Pamela's losing everything. How would you improve season finale reboot series? Would Sasha die? Yes or no? She did talk about it, Brian. Yeah, I just forgot. Do you think the soldiers are that bad on purpose? Um, Good question, NXP. I think no, no, yes and no. In the comics, they're not bad. They're not terrible soldiers. Not too bad. In the show, though, they're bad because they have to be completely incompetent for the story. But two, I think it's also because of budget and stuff, and they just need things to make sense, I guess, or they have to do things in the story that might not make sense. Love the stream, and you all. Oh, thank you, DeRosa. I appreciate that. You too. I don't know. Honestly, it depends. Sasha's life. Walker Dead. You should keep. Let's see. Remove. I swear the Commonwealth armor is whack. Now zombies eating through it. Yeah, that zombie, variant zombie pulled the helmet off the guy, and I'm just like, are you serious? This guy is wrestling with a zombie. How can you be wrestling with a zombie? You should be able to overpower it. Oh my goodness. Like, Commonwealth soldiers are terrible. Eugene is able to overpower one who has a gun. And let me remind you guys, Eugene is one of the worst fighters in the show in terms of human on human. You know what I mean? Like, he's good at killing zombies. I would give him like a 7.5 out of 10. He's pretty good at killing zombies. But Daryl and other characters, they're obviously like 11 out of 10. But, Eugene's pretty good at killing zombies. When it comes to humans, I always thought Eugene was like 3 out of 10. That's pretty weak. But he took that Commonwealth soldier like down, so yeah.
In this episode, we got to see kind of like a bunch of other Commonwealth soldiers working with Mercer, and it just reminded me. I was thinking, but it just reminded me of like in the comics when like a bunch of soldiers and Mercer I think the soldiers were trying to convince Mercer to like dethrone Pamela and all this stuff. That kind of reminds me of that, but except I think they did it better in the comics because like we actually have the Commonwealth soldiers being more of like human because we see like them debating on whether they should dethrone Pamela or not. But in here they kind of we don't see that, right? So, and they're just bots in general when they're fighting and all that.
Oh yeah, they're terrible. And fun fact, I thought this was Eugene's trial at first, and here's the funny thing: you still see all of the setup for Eugene's trial. You still see the chairs, the tables, the judge seat. It's all still there. So I was wrong. Eugene's trial was not crashed. But you know what I mean? But they had the setup still there. And we have Pamela's goons coming in, and so Tyler Davis dies, and I'm not gonna fault the episode for this because Tyler Davis being alive last episode, that was a flaw. Him dying here, that just proved that once again, the show should have just had him being taken to the CRM. The show should have just killed him off screen at the hands of the CRM because him dying like this is just pointless. And also, I'm so confused. Colonel Victors, she arrests Mercer, and you see these guys in black, and I'm like, wait, is she in charge of them? Because I'm just thinking like, wait a minute, she's a colonel, so she's in charge of the military too. Why are these guys not wearing uniforms? Why are they wearing black jackets? This is what I'm so confused about. I don't understand Pamela's goons, Lance's goons, and the Commonwealth soldiers. I'm really confused on all this. Like, you know what I mean? But it's not a flaw. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like, oh, the show is so bad at this. Like, I mean, it is. But it's not distracting me from the episode. It's just a bit of I'm confused kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It was wear the pajamas to day work. Work day.
Ah, that makes sense.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead, Epic.
Like we've been losing Commonwealth soldiers pretty much since this season started, like the whole season. I'm surprised there's still any left. I'm surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. And some people might say, oh, the Commonwealth has 50,000 people. Well, like, this is what people actually don't know. This Commonwealth in Ohio, it only has 10,000 people. Like, because the Commonwealth is made up of other branches. You know what I mean? There's other communities around the state, around the country. And it is a shame that we never get to see them, like Greensville and some of the others, sadly. And this is a bit of a head scratcher too. When the Commonwealth's about to get overrun, why is Pamela and Mercer, are they going to call in reinforcements from the other outposts? Because if they don't, is that going to be a plot hole? chosen, do you think that's going to be a plot hole? Because we know there's other Commonwealth soldiers. Like, can't they just use a radio and call the other outposts and be like, hey, we're being overrun. Come here now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely could. Why did Pamela want the herd to come to the Commonwealth?
Um, because she's a stupid politician. Apparently, she wanted to quiet the rioting, I think, but also stop our group from invading. Because, hey, if they're outside and there's a herd, they might cause some problems. Here's the thing. Pamela is so idiotic. Are you seriously telling me that just because of rioting sometimes, you have a plan to bring in a herd from the outside, but your intent is, oh, they're not supposed to get in, but you only have 3 soldiers guarding your gate? Like, and when it happens, when the community is overrun, Pamela acts so surprised. What did you think was going to happen when you call in a super herd and you have 3 guards in charge of the gate? Like, what did she expect? Like, did she not hear about how
Yeah,
some soldiers crashed the Jeep, like a week ago, and 1 soldier died? Pamela killed. I mean, she kind of got that soldier killed, but does she not know that? Hey, like last time, Mercer and the soldiers almost died. Like, did she not hear about that?
I'm guessing not, or she doesn't care. Another thing I was confused about is first of all, I was confused about how they figured out, how she figured out that Mercer's kind of like betraying them. But anyway, so after she figures that out, right? Vickers or whatever, like tells her like, oh, should I do something? Should I arrest him? And because he's working, like he's at like the gate and everything, right? And Pamela says no, like let's see what he's gonna do, or something like along those lines. But then Vickers still goes and arrests him, even though Pamela told her not to arrest him. So like, is Vickers like disobeying orders, or like what's happening there?
I don't know. I hope they explain Victor's or Vickers in episode 24, because I'm getting sick of that character. She needs to show some spine to Pamela in a way that makes sense. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah. So we get a bunch of extras dying, and then we get the scene where Judith gets shot. And like I said, such a good scene. Characters stopping, their horrified expressions. That was good. I enjoyed that. Pamela's reaction. The nitpick though with the scene is, I'm gonna call it, like Ezekiel throwing that fire extinguisher and Daryl hitting it. It's kind of like, no, come on, AMC. I get it. Daryl is a god, but couldn't you just have Ezekiel sliding it on the ground and then Daryl shoots it as it's on the ground? That would have caused the same effect. Why does it have to be going hyperspeed in the air? Because it just makes Daryl look like a complete god. You know?
Yeah, if I were Gabriel and Daryl told me to throw the extinguisher, I'd be like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, what do you think you're gonna do here?
Man, Ezekiel. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, Ezekiel.
Yeah. Like, the fire extinguisher has cover. That's fine. It's just like, hey, come on, guys. Don't make Daryl hit it like he's Deadshot from the DC universe. Like, come on. Like, you guys are making him a god. Like, stop. But okay, yeah, and then here we get to maybe my favorite. Okay, sorry, that's not my favorite scene. But we get the Commonwealth soldiers. They're getting overrun at the gate because they are complete morons. Walker's climbing the gate. I like how the variants are coming back. I don't know. It still doesn't make sense to me. It's unrealistic, but I'm like, it's whatever. You know what I mean? And the zombies coming through, and it's like, oh my goodness. And okay, here we get it. The last 2-3 minutes. I love that. I love the last 2-3 minutes. Because here's the thing. We finally see other parts of the Commonwealth. Yes, it's a clear street and all that. But we finally don't see that stupid square that we've been seeing for the last 20 episodes. And I'm like, yes, finally. We see other streets, other buildings. I'm like, thank you. This is what I wanted. And what's funny is I saw a courthouse in the lower ward, you know what I mean, that Pamela mentioned. I saw a courthouse, and then I'm thinking of, okay, wait, so why didn't Pamela, you know what, whatever. It's like, you know what I mean, it's just like, Pamela's just weird. I'm not faulting the show. I'm just saying, you know what, she's just a nut job. She wants to do everything in the train station, and she just does things in a weird way. Even the Commonwealth soldiers, they're drawing the zombies to them, But the soldier's shooting in the air. He's not shooting at the dead. Like, why are you wasting bullets? At least shoot at the dead if you're going to make noise. It's like, man.
Yeah, that was so dumb. That was ridiculous. And the fact that they also trapped themselves in there, but then they just randomly disappeared.
Oh yeah, common soldiers can teleport, I guess. But here's the thing: I love Negan's "What the f" line. That was good. That was a really good line. Luke and Jules come, so I'm like, oh okay, they're getting together and all that. That's good. And I love this part how Carol's like, let's go through the alleyway. And like I said, I love this part. All the characters in that group were fighting and pushing the zombies back to give Daryl a chance to carry Judith through the alleyway, and they don't even follow him through. Judith looks back, and it looks like they're being swarmed. I know none of them are going to die, pretty much, but still, what the scene was doing, I'm like, that was beautiful. I love that. That was such a beautiful scene in the show.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead, Epic, and then after you, I'm going to read the chat.
Like, me personally, I've been trying to find positives in season 11. I've been trying to enjoy it, but I'm sorry, there's just so many problems with this entire season. So many problems that.
It's definitely not AMC's best. It kind of feels like at times they Game of Thrones it, where it's awesome in a lot of areas, but they make characters so dumb, like, NPCs, like, Commonwealth soldiers, and they do really unrealistic moments that are just like awesome, but they don't really think about how realistic it is, and it's like, it's whatever. I've kind of decided to ignore it because I really want to enjoy the show, in a way, especially because it's ending. Commonwealth soldiers are. Oh wait, Commonwealth soldiers have been nerfed. They sure have been. Your thoughts on Rick? I think we're gonna get a post-credit scene on Rick in a CRM uniform, but that's it. We might not even. The characters might not even find out Rick's alive in the last episode. Commonwealth soldiers are NPCs. They nerfed Negan. I feel like they've done a decent job with Negan. He's getting a spin-off. Yeah, Negan isn't even funny no more. He's more serious. Nobody talks about it. I'm okay with that. Yeah, who are the guys in black? I guess Pamela's goons, but then again, Lance had goons. Wonder where Shira is. Yeah, I hope we see Shira again, because, yeah, that's kind of another plot hole. Plus, they also nerfed Judith. Yeah, I will agree. They kind of did, but this episode, they give her some screen time. Guys, there's too many characters. They're nerfing everyone to the sidelines most of the season because there's so many characters. Maybe the guys in black are like special forces or something. No, they're not, DeRosa, because Father Gabriel can snipe them with his blind eye. So, yeah, they're terrible. Wait, are the guys in black connected with CRM? Sadly, no, Walker Dead. It just looks like they're guys cosplaying as CRM. They're just wearing black jackets. They think they look cool in black jackets. It's like, do you guys have any idea how suspicious that looks? You guys, wearing Commonwealth armor is less suspicious than wearing black in daytime. Like, you know what I mean? Pure black. Like, seriously, it's just... do you think Rick seeing CRM helicopter in Season 8 was good foreshadowing for his exit in Season 9? I do, Josh. I actually do. But I just think it was stupid that he never mentioned it. Like, that was just weird. Pamela really wasn't that evil before Sun died. Now she's freaking evil. Yeah, that's true. The Commonwealth soldiers are pathetic. They sure are. Plot twist. Daryl gets nerfed in his own spinoff. I don't think so, Walker Dead. He's AMC loves milking Daryl. TV Pamela sucks. I'm sorry, but she's a trash character. She's a decent villain, but yeah, her decisions. She's a bad leader. I mean, really bad. Pamela's plan is amazing. Just let everyone guard my house. LOL. Yeah, she's literally protecting her house. Like, we haven't even seen the outside. Like, come on, it's probably not even that nice. Hobo Duck said Judith getting shot was like Rick comic death, and I think she'll get that. And think she'll get that. Yeah, I don't think so, Joshua. I've watched his videos, but yeah, I don't think Judith is dying. The show doesn't have the guts to do that. Honestly, Mercer should have popped Pamela right when he was in her office. All that mess would be done. Yeah, that's true, but I don't know. Like, you have to clean the brains off the carpet, I guess. We still don't know who's going to take in charge if she dies. My guess is Ezekiel, DeRosa. I'm guessing Ezekiel. Judith calling Daryl Daddy's wholesome. Yeah. Again, if it doesn't make sense for the story, then don't include it. I agree. Plot twist. Pamela Milton gets eaten by a walker, Sebastian Milton. Wait, but Sebastian's already dead. Sebastian's dead, though. What if Lori was in All Out War? I feel like Lori would be a bad fighter in All Out War. If John Dory shot the fire extinguisher, it makes sense, but Daryl doing it makes no sense. Makes zero sense. Yeah, I agree there also. Daryl is a great shot, but he's not experienced with the Colt Python. That's, he doesn't really use that weapon. He uses his crossbow and a rifle mostly. That's a completely different weapon. Remember, Walker Sebastian was put down by Daryl. Daryl is a god. LOL. Yeah, NXP. AMC made Daryl a god. He is a god in the world of The Walking Dead. He can do anything except get a haircut. That's the only thing he cannot do. That is the source of his power, if you guys didn't know. Daryl having long hair, that is the source of his godlike power.
Samson.
Yeah, like Samson. Good comparison, Chosen. The variants make zero sense. Where were they in seasons 3 to 10? Actually, seasons 2 to 10. But yeah, I agree with the Rosa. It kind of feels a little weird. Daryl has had so many close calls. He really has. Thanks for reminding me. Walker variants are back. No. The Walking Dead just realized Commonwealth shooting up the air. Yeah, that was stupid. It's like, shoot the zombies, Plot twist, Daryl kills Pamela Milton. That's very possible, Walker Dead. I don't know. I don't know who's going to kill Pamela. Commonwealth soldiers, clowns. Yep. CRM soldiers, bomb. Yeah, CRM soldiers, they're not the greatest soldiers ever, but yeah, they're way better than Commonwealth soldiers. The day CRM versus Commonwealth, the day that happens in the Walking Dead franchise, oh boy, get ready to start burying some Commonwealth soldiers because, yeah, they're going to die like crazy. I like season 11, but the show is a shell form itself. It's funny that Lydia did Alicia. She was being dumb and got bit. Well, the writing in this scene, the writing for Lydia was better than Alicia as far as getting bit. I'll still continue watching because I love the main characters. Is there a reason you prefer season 6 cast over the season 11 cast? Yes, there is, Joshua. We had Rick, Michonne, Maggie, Glenn, Carl, Sasha, so many Alexandrians. Like, it was just a better cast in my opinion. But the season 11 cast is still good in a way. It's just not great like season 6 was. Yeah, the OG cast, all those characters were built very well. Pope was Mario. Characters today, whack, like Luke, Magna, Pope, Pamela. Yeah, they gotta kill Luke, Magna, and some of these other characters, because, like, seriously, it's just, why are they in the show? Season 10, episode 13 gets too much hate from people. Wait, season 10, episode 13. Which one is that again?
That's Scars.
Sorry, what?
Is that Scars? A flashback episode?
No, season 10, episode 13. Yeah, I don't know, Josh. Daryl's game sliders were point all the way. Yeah. Who's the greatest Walking Dead character? That depends, DeRosa. If you're talking about franchise, that's tough. But if you're talking about from the show, I really think it's Glenn. I think he's the best character. Let's see. LMO, a haircut, cut his hair, he'll die instantly. Yeah, he will, NXP. Daryl will die if you cut his hair, I think. Josh says,
Brian.
Oh, hold on, Epic. I'm almost done. Season 10 should get more respect from people. I just don't like it that much. That's Michonne's last episode. Sorry, Josh, but I can't stand Michonne's last episode. I really don't like it, in my personal opinion. By the way, guys, I'm going to be ending the stream in 5 to 10 minutes, just to let you know. Go ahead, Epic.
That's what I was going to say. 10-13 was Michonne's final episode. What will you become?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, fun fact, I actually counted the crowd running in the street. So, excluding Luke and Jules, there were 16 known characters. And did you guys notice the background characters behind Maggie and them? There were 4 background characters. So of the 16 main characters, not including Luke and Jules, there were 11 women and 5 males. I actually counted them. And I thought about it. I'm like, wow, wait, there were really 11 women and 5 men in the street scene with, of the characters. I'm like, I did not think, I knew the show had more female characters than males, but I'm like, wow, that much more? Huh. I don't know. That was just kind of crazy. But I think the characters we had there were pretty good. But like I said, some of the characters should have died sooner, like Kelly, Magna. I just kind of feel like they're so pointless. But
Were those 11 named characters? 11 named women and 5 named men.
Yeah, so there were 11 named women, 5 named men, 4 extras, and then there was Luke and Jules. So, okay, yeah, there were 11 women because there was, females, because there was Judith.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was Judith, Carol, Maggie. There was Rosita. There was Rosita, Diane, Magna, Connie, Kelly, Yumiko, Max. There was, I'm trying to think. Oh, and Princess. So that is like 11 females, actually. I counted. And for males, there was only Gabriel, Eugene, Negan, and Daryl, I think. And no, I said I can't include Luke. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, that was like 5 males and 11 females.
I've never even noticed that, and none of them were from Oceanside either.
Yeah, exactly. How funny is it? The one community full of women, and they don't have a strong, moment where there's a mostly women cast in the scene. Like, what does that tell you? To me, it tells me no one from Oceanside is a strong woman, like strong female character. Nobody from Oceanside.
Yeah, what about Mercer?
Who?
Hello? Yeah. Hello?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
What? Yeah. What'd you say?
I said, what about Mercer?
Mercer's not
Versus
a
a
woman.
dude, and he's from the Commonwealth.
Yeah. Um. Hold on, guys. So yeah, Chosen. There was 11 females in that scene and 5 male characters, and then the 4 extras, and then Luke and Jules, and no one from Oceanside, minus Jules, who came later. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, it was really just our characters, and oh yeah, okay, yeah. So let me just read the chat. But like I said, I love the scene. I just think that yeah, some of those some characters there should not have been there because I think they should have died like way sooner. But yeah, but like I said, still really enjoyed the scene. Is there a reason? Oh wait, already read that. Yeah, guys, just so you know, I'm in the last few minutes here. Michelle's last episode, in my opinion, final episode. TVs could have been better. Yeah, it could have been better. Plot twist: Daryl cuts his hair in his own spinoff. I don't think that's happening. Walker Dead. AMC doesn't have the guts to make Norman Reedus cut his hair. Maggie hugging Magna in the background. What was that? Connie should have got piked. No, I disagree. Joshua says Negan and Alpha scene from season 10. Oh yeah, that's disgusting. I don't want to talk about it. They're friends. They become friends off screen though. They met in season 11, episode 1. I love the stream, Brian. Thanks for the invite. It was great meeting you all. Until next time, good night. Yeah, thank you so much, NXP. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you had so much fun. I have a Discord. If you at some point want to join. But yeah, like if you're busy, I completely understand. But yeah, man, enjoy your night. And yeah, off screen though, Maggie knows all of Magna's group. Yeah, that's true. All right, guys. So I finished the chat. And now I'm going to Epic Chosen. If you guys have like a last minute comment or question for me, you can go ahead and ask it because yeah, I'm going to be ending the stream now.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
Like, do you think Pamela needs to die to kind of pay for everything she's done?
Oh yeah. What Pamela has done is unforgivable. She literally brought a herd, with thousands of zombies to the Commonwealth. People are dead now. That blood is on her hands, and she shot a child. Like, there's no redeeming that, in my personal opinion. But the thing is, I don't feel like the show's going to kill her off. I don't see it happening, because I feel like, I don't think anyone's going to die in the finale. Because I was right for, 7 episodes in a row, and I'm like, yeah, nobody's dying. Hey, Walker Dead. Sorry, I can't really talk. I'm ending the stream now. Do you have a last comment, Chosen?
You kind of commented this on one of my videos, but just the regarding kind of like how they're gonna wrap everything up, and then if you think if they're gonna have like a maybe like a 2 month 1 month time jump near the end, just to kind of show not Rick but other characters and see like their life and all this stuff. Like if they're gonna have like a comic kind of ending with Judith and kind of tying in with like the whole monologue she's had at the beginning of the episode.
Maybe the thing is, I can really see Judith going to a coma, but I think we will get like maybe a month or two time skip, sort of thing. You know, like we see Alexandria fixed up and this and that, and then we see just Daryl driving off on his bike. But as far as wrapping things up, I don't think we're gonna get that. I don't think we might not see Dog. I don't think the characters are gonna find out Rick's alive. I don't think that we're gonna get a CRM connection. I don't think we're gonna see Oceanside, Hilltop. I just think it's going to be they kill a bunch of zombies, nobody really dies, and Ezekiel becomes a leader. Then we get that time skip, and then post credit scene, Daryl leaves, and I think that's pretty much the episode. Like I think it's going to be very fast paced, and I think it's going to leave a lot of things open. I feel like that's going to happen.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Do you prefer this over 22? Yes, I do. All right, Epic. Last comment, and then I'm ending the stream.
Wait, what about me?
Walker Dead, I told you, like I answered your questions in the chat, and I have to.
Oh, right. My bad. My bad. Anyway.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
Like, do you think The Walking Dead will get a good ending?
I don't know. It's mixed. Like I said, it really depends on what they do. If there's no CRM connection, if they don't find out Rick's alive, if we don't actually get some good deaths in the story and explain like a lot of plot holes, if we don't get a Rick post-credit scene, then yeah, I would say bad ending. But if they do that, then I think it's good ending. Do you like the scene where Eugene tackled Combo Soldier? Yeah, that was pretty good, Josh. All right, guys, I'm going to be ending the stream right here and now. Thank you guys so much. This was a lot of fun. I have a lot to do, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your night and take care. And I will see you guys. Don't worry, guys. I am going to be streaming next week sometime. It's going to be like an episode. It's going to be like a finale preparation stream kind of thing.
Hey, Brian, one more thing.
Okay, Epic. Last thing, like really last thing, and then I'm leaving. Like I really have to.
Is this series finale an extended episode?
I heard it was, but I heard it's going to be a lot of commercials. I heard it's going to be like 50 minutes or so. So it's extended, but I don't think by much. So yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Stay safe, stay positive, and I will see you all next time. Take care, guys. Bye. All right, let's see. All right, guys, good night. Thank you guys so much in the chat. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye.